Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. I want to thank you for joining us on the show today. Red Carpet is a show that brings you the latest in entertainment news, in music, in fashion, in sports, film and television from around the world. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Let's go. And let's start with some soccer news right here in Washington, D.C., where the 2020 Major League Soccer season kicked off with the Colorado Rapids securing a 2-1 win over hosts DC United. VOA's Omari Kaseko was at the Audi Field to capture the excitement of the new season, and he spoke to some African players. Check it out. The Colorado Rapids came out on top with Ghanaian defender Lalas Abubakar and Sierra Leonean forward Kei Kamara helping secure the win. The two spoke on what this win means for them.
We played really well. You know, our game plan worked really well against the formation that DC was playing. So it makes us look good, obviously. And I thought everybody took care of business. And the most important thing was we came away with the win. I feel like, you know, when you look way back, you know, the previous years in the league, there's not a lot of African players. And now you can tell there's a lot of African players on each team. You can find any African player on every team. And I feel like, you know, it's really good because we have so much talent in Africa. The problem is we don't have a lot of opportunities in Africa, and hopefully, you know, now that, you know, African players are doing well in the league can, you know, turn back and look at Africa and recruit some players and bring them over and play in the Major League Soccer.
We came into this house and we ruined their home opener, so we definitely have to be ready because I know that's the same thing Orlando is going to want to do. You know, they're going to want to come into our house and make sure they spoil the party for the first, home game of our season over there. So we have to go back and, you know, stay focused, really. You know, stay focused. I mean, good points right now. Everybody's buzzing in there, but we have to keep that. And hopefully, when we go back and start, you know, training by Tuesday, we're focused again.
And now we go to France, where the famous Louvre Museum has been shut down due to the spread of the coronavirus, with workers fearful of being contaminated by the museum's flow of tourists from around the world. At least 3/4 of the Louvre's 9.6 million visitors last year came from abroad. One tourist from the Philippines was let down after traveling all the way to Paris to visit the museum.
I want to go to see the Mona Lisa, the painting, but unfortunately it's closed. So I'm a bit disappointed.
The shutdown followed a French government decision to ban indoor public gatherings of more than 5,000 people.
Vous me concéderez facilement que le musée du Louvre.
It's easy to admit that the museum is a confined space and that it receives more than 5,000 people a day, because we have an average of 40,000 people visiting the building each day, and in high-frequency period get up to 80,000 people.
And for your box office news, the Elizabeth Moss-led thriller The Invisible Man brought a wave of good news and reviews to the #1 spot, earning $29 million from North American theaters in its opening weekend. And internationally, the movie picked up an additional $20.2 million. Director Leigh Whannell helped dust off the classic H.G. Wells story and updated it for modern audiences by focusing on Moss's victim character instead of the Invisible Man character, who here is an abusive ex-boyfriend. Paramount Pictures' Sonic the Hedgehog slid to second place in its third weekend in theaters, and The Call of the Wild with Harrison Ford placed third. We've been getting excited about Netflix's first African original series, Queen Sono, and that wait is finally over. The new Wait, don't say his name. Oscar winner Jordan Peele unleashes a fresh take on the blood-chilling urban legend known as Candyman. Rising filmmaker Nia Da Costa directs this contemporary incarnation of the cult classic. And for more on the horror that awaits, here is the trailer. A popular children's cartoon by Nigerian animator Adamu Waziri has flipped the narrative of foreign domination of the African animation market by promoting African culture and African stories. The Bino and Fino cartoon series, which first aired 10 years ago, is now broadcast in 15 countries, including some in Europe. Timothy Obiozo has more from Abuja.
Millions of young children can now sing along with the Bino and Fino theme song, evidence that the Nigerian-made cartoon is gaining traction both home and abroad. Nigerian animator Adamu Waziri says he started the Bino and Fino animation series to promote African stories globally.
A lot of the shows on children's TV in Nigeria are not from Nigeria. So I noticed that I felt that was too much of an imbalance.
So far, Bino and Fino is the most successful Nigerian animation brand globally. Apart from Nigeria and its neighbors in Africa, the cartoon airs overseas in countries like the US, Britain and parts of Europe. The series has brought success but also come at a cost, says Waziri.
To actually produce a series takes a lot of finance, a lot of time. It takes about maybe 2 to 3 years to finish a series, at which point you're not making any revenue. So you have to find the team. And on top of that, a lot of people were not trained up to produce animation in Nigeria to that quality level. So you have to do a lot of training.
Still, most of the cartoons broadcast in Nigeria come from abroad. But children like 6-year-old Captain are enthralled by Bino and Fino.
I love Bino and Fino. It's an interesting cartoon. They never argue, they're always good, they have fun, they never lie, they're always good, they're always nice, they're friendly, they always play with each other nicely.
Parents are also pleased that their children can learn about African culture and values.
They can actually relate to it. Like my kids are always bickering at each other sometimes, and I could tell when there was a scene where their dad asked them why they weren't talking to each other. I could relate to that, and that's why I really like it. And it doesn't appear foreign to me.
Nigeria's animation industry is still in its infancy, and so is much smaller than its international counterparts. Low funding, lack of skilled manpower, and a weak distribution system are major limitations. But that has not stopped Nigerian animators like Waziri from pressing ahead to distribute African content on global screens. Timothy Obiozo for VOA News, Abuja.
And now for some music, we go to the West African nation of Togo, where Music Time in Africa host Heather Maxwell sat down with one of the country's hottest youngsters, Santrinos. Here is a look.
Santrinos, c'est la nouvelle étoile de la musique togolaise. Il a été primé au All Music Award dans la catégorie meilleur album de l'année.
Est-ce que Santrinos, ça c'est ton nom de star?
Oui, c'est mon blaze, Santrinos Raphaël.
Ok, mais comment tu as choisi ce nom?
En fait, Santrinos pour moi, San en espagnol c'est saint. Et Trinos, en fait, Tri ça fait la Trinité. Donc j'ai dit Santrinos, c'est le Père, le Fils et le Saint-Esprit en un. Donc les trois en une personne ne peuvent être que source de grande bénédiction. Donc c'est d'où j'ai choisi. Et Raphaël, c'est mon autre baptême. Merci.
Moi, je remarque que la mélodie est complètement unique. Moi, j'ai jamais entendu une mélodie comme ça. Mais tu t'inspires de la musique traditionnelle ou comment?
Oui, je m'inspire de la musique traditionnelle togolaise.
Et tu chantes en quelle langue? Parce que c'est pas le français. Un peu mélangé. Hein.
Ouais, genre moi, je chante beaucoup en EV. Certes, je mixe ça avec le français pour que les gens puissent ceux qui ne comprennent pas les V puissent savoir au moins de quoi parle la chanson. Donc je pense que cette langue aussi est la particularité de fait la particularité de notre musique.
Elle est la seule qui me comprend, la seule qui me connaît vraiment. Chaque temps est lente mes pensées. Abondance de bien ne nuit pas. Elle me rend tellement heureuse, oh mon Dieu, je suis en joie.
Est-ce que cette chanson est sur le nouveau album?
L'album, oui.
Le plus récent?
Oui.
Oui.
La chanson est sur l'album. C'est le titre qui m'a révélé au grand public. Donc
voilà. Tu attendais que ça allait être un succès comme ça?
Bon, à 60 voire 70%, je misais dessus. Parce que c'était mon tout gros, premier projet. J'ai beaucoup misé dessus. J'ai enregistré ça dans un studio pro. La vidéo, je l'ai réalisée avec le réalisateur qui avait eu les awards, le meilleur réalisateur du pays.
Ça, c'est qui?
Yos Messer.
À travers tes expériences, qu'est-ce que les Togolais aiment dans leur musique?
Dans la musique togolaise, je pense que le public s'identifie plus quand ça parle de leur vécu. Faut que ce que l'artiste chante puisse être un message dans lequel tout le monde, beaucoup moins la grande partie de la population se retrouve là, ils vont aimer. C'est la façon de chanter l'amour, par exemple. C'est la façon de chanter l'amour.
And we want to thank you for watching VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. Remember, for more entertainment news, to check us out at voanews.com. We are on Facebook, we are also on Instagram and on YouTube. Until next time, goodbye everyone.